YouTube, we are back. So, filmed a clip about 3 days ago-ish explaining that I was coming back and that I'm running a small series called Professional Grassroots Driver, and it just shows how you don't have to be a professional to have struggles and issues and things that you go through to make it to a drift day. We are about 5 weeks out from Grid Life Midwest at this point. And that's what the car looks like. So obviously we're not ready quite yet, but a lot of progress made over the last couple weeks, and I think we'll be good. So I'm going to cut to a clip explaining the current progress of the vehicle that was filmed a few days ago again. And I'm going to cut to that. You guys are going to see that, and then I'm going to start doing regular uploads here of different things that are going on and going through. So this is just me saying that we're back. All right, so here we are. We actually, since the last time you would have seen us, have a new shop. So a little bit of a mess as we get things dialed in and organized, but much larger than the past. Here is the C-Time, or the KA car. It's very close to being ready and together, but as always, there's a lot of small things to touch up and make proper. The JZ car sits over here. One big thing that we're changing for this season is we went 75 mil fenders all the way around with the Origin Lab kit. You can see the front fenders over there sitting alongside in the corner. Switching up a lot of things this year just to make things cleaner. This is the dash. This was a metal piece. I actually wrapped it silver just so it looks nice and clean. This arc panel will have all brand new labels on there. There won't be tape on there. I made this gauge cluster as well. Again, if you're following along on Instagram, you actually would have seen the process of putting this together. But just air, fuel, boost, oil pressure, water temp, your essentials. The vehicle is aligned and together. The vehicle is set to go that way. My buddy Jared Birschbach, which you can see here.
That's what I do. Oh, yeah, this is definitely How did that get to -1?
He is the one that has this vehicle together and aligned for me. We're actually switching it up completely this season, and we're running GK Tech full front and rear suspension. I just felt like GK Tech had the most to offer when it came to my platform and what I was going for this year. The Super Lock kit on the front is going to be insane. I'm sure it's very hard to see. It's all black, but I'll give you more updates on that as we get together. So that thing, this car should be a ripper. I really hope. What I'm up to right now is I'm on my lunch break. I'm actually getting a handful of the gauges installed on the vehicle. Just got my temp sensor in there. I got the new OBD2 for the air fuel gauge in the back. Just got the oil pressure line put in. There's a lot of things, that small touch-up things I have to do to make this thing clean in the bay. And then lastly, what I've been working on, besides having a bunch of body work to do, is getting the interior trim cleaned up. So you can still see the essentially mess of wires here for the ECU, which will get loomed up and be nice. I have the arc panel there. All the wires are clean running into the arc panel, as you can see over there. My little distribution box here with the power wires coming in. Everything along the wheel wells here is all loomed and clean, getting dialed in. All this down here is all different stuff for my big fans and little relays and power. So all that will get cleaned up and dialed in hopefully very soon. But another thing I just want to be proper. In this car, if you can see here, I actually never, amongst all the cage and everything, I never had a deck lid or a firewall in the vehicle. And the one issue that I have with that is just the massive amount of smoke coming into the vehicle. So another thing, not Instagram talking constantly, but on Instagram, I'm actually gonna do another post kind of like my gauges here. So I got a factory rear deck lid with the speakers taken off. I got the outside dyed black just because it looks better. I'm actually gonna take aluminum shroud and cut out and put a piece of aluminum in here, and then I'll wrap it silver to match. I have one of the factory rear seats from the KA car sitting here. I'm going to use that to make a nice clean template for a firewall in the back here. Again, just so that everything is all dialed, clean, and not just clean, but effective. You know, the biggest thing is to be effective and to be able to do these things. So I'm sure I'm already a few minutes in. I'm sure I'm already blabbering and doing whatever. But again, this is just an update. I'm going to constantly do uploads here and stay true to myself and get those things completed as I'm making these small progresses, making this vehicle clean, getting it ready for Grid Life Midwest, which is May 31st, June 1st, and June 2nd. It's going to be huge this year. The event's going to be insane, and hopefully the car is dialed. Last year was an epic fail. I actually ripped out the entire lower radiator support of the vehicle, and there was no reason to have Backyard Bob try to weld it up and drive it to probably just have issues or crash it again. So last year was a fail, and I'm hoping this year is redemption. So Grid Life Midwest is on the calendar, hoping for redemption. Follow along with my updates, and I'll keep posting. Thanks, guys.